करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। नमों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथेर आरंभे करि मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेर स्मरणे हय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे हय निज वांछित पूरन। Today is a special day. Today is the disappearance of one of the associates of Srila Prabhupada. His name is Srila Nityalila Pravishthom Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. It is his disappearance today. Vaishnava's appearance and disappearance both are auspicious for the conditioned living beings. They give us an opportunity to remember them, to sing their glories and to offer service to them. Therefore, any opportunity given to serve the Supreme Lord or to remember the Supreme Lord and His associates is an auspicious moment. Other than that, whatever we may think that auspiciousness lies here, my welfare lies here, they are all only cheating. True auspiciousness or welfare lies in remembrance of Hariguru Vaishnavas. So, today is the disappearance of Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj, one of the principal associates of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and the one who was collecting finances for running the mission. He was during those days, he was the best collector of funds. Wherever he went, he used to procure good amount of money, handsome money in the service. One time he went to Calcutta. He saw that Prabhupada is going to various places, different places, but he saw that Prabhupada has to travel by local trains or by bullock cart or by these things. he thought that why don't we offer, car in the service of Prabhupada. They were all very big thinkers. So he thought that why don't I bring car for Prabhupada to, travel and, go for preaching. He went to Calcutta early in the morning. He went to a place, a very rich person's house, and he saw a car. By seeing the car, he entered into the house. And he spoke Harikatha there. How service of Vishnu Vaishnavas is very, very important. He spoke Harikatha, and then he told our Prabhupada Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Jagat Guru, he is going by foot, he is going by bullock cart, he is going by trains. So if you do this service, if you give the car in his service, then you will get welfare. His, was so powerful in his speech, and he had got that tendency to convince people. He told, okay, take it in the service of Prabhupada. Then he says, simply by giving car it is not sufficient. Who will drive it? You have to send a driver also. I don't know how to drive. So that day, he also gave the driver. And he sat in that. His name was Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Prabhu. Prabhupada named him Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Das. Previously his name was Atula Chandra Bandhopadhyaya. Brahminical family. He took birth in a Brahminical family, very high class Brahminical family. So he sat in the car from Calcutta and coming towards Mayapur, because Prabhupada was in Mayapur. Prabhupada was worried here. Oh, Saranga Prabhu has not come, Saranga Prabhu has not come, where is he gone? And suddenly he comes in the car, and then during those days, horn used to be, the hand blower. You have seen those cars earlier days? Not like electric, horns. They used to be air horns, they used to press and then the sound will come. And then he made the sound that the car has arrived. So he was such a, very, very prominent among the one who collected funds. Our Param Gurudev was also one such. Our Param Gurudev was a good collector of funds to run the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And our Param Gurudev was such that he would give so much finances in the service of Mutt when Param Gurudev was in Calcutta and Prabhupada was also in Ultadanga Mutt. He would give so much money in the ashram, and he would not let his name come out. So secretly he would do the service. We do something, then we tell to so many persons, oh, I have done so much, I have done this so much, I have given this. Our Param Gurudev. But yes, he was volcanic energy of Srila Prabhupada. So they used to serve like this. Param Gurudev used to say, I used to go, Goswami Maharaj, Nemi Maharaj, we used to go for collecting funds. And he would say that whatever funds I had collected, I would give the entire money in the hands of Mutt in charge. Entire money. He said that I won't keep even a penny for myself, because I have collected in the name of the service to the Supreme Lord. If I keep it for me, if I think that, oh, let me keep some money, something will come for some use in the future, isn't it? These days brahmacharis are having money, not just money, they have bank account also. They have bank accounts also, unfortunately. But I think going ahead, bank account is going to be compulsory, because currency is not going to be handled in cash probably in few years. Brahmachari, sannyasi, everyone will have to have a bank account probably. I don't know. Government is making it so, whatever it is. So Param Gurudev said that I have not kept even a penny. Because if I keep the money that I had collected for the service of Vishnu Vaishnavas, if I keep for my service, then my Hari Bhajan will be gone to ashes. It will be gone to ashes. He is giving instructions to all that don't do this. And I personally have done like this, he was telling. Don't keep any money for yourself. If you do so, then your bhajan will be lost. Then if I needed anything, I used to go to mutt in charge. And I used to tell, if you have a dhoti available, can you please give it? Not like these days, I want dhoti, I want kurta, two at least. It was not like that. Param Gurudev is telling that if you have and if there is possibility, can you please give dhoti to me? This is the way. Oh, I am a collector, I am collecting so many funds, so I have got the eligibility to claim. I am collecting money, so I can claim. He was not claiming like that. He was requesting. But he said, I never approached mutt in charge without any necessity. Unnecessarily, I had not asked for anything. If there is a dire necessity, at that time I would request, if you have and if there is possibility, please give me. So these are stalwart devotees, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciples. Vaishnava etiquettes and everything, how to serve Guru, how to serve the mission, they were totally dedicated towards that. And our Param Gurudev and Goswami Maharaj, they used to collect a lot of funds. One time I heard, our Madan Prabhu only told this, that our Param Gurudev and Goswami Maharaj, they went to collect some funds. Very rich person. And our Param Gurudev, asked for some money for the mutt. He gave, 50 paise, half of a rupee. He is a very rich person. He can easily give 2 rupees. 2 rupees those days is very lot. Okay, he can easily give 2 rupees or 3 rupees, whatever. But he gave some in paise. Paise means 100 paise equals to 1 rupee. Okay, in some paise he gave some donation. Our Param Gurudev accepted it. So on the way back, Goswami Maharaj tells our Param Gurudev, Madhav Maharaj, not Madhav Maharaj, at that time Haigriv Das Brahmachari, Haigriv Prabhu, this person is capable of giving a lot of money. He gave only this much and you also accepted. He didn't say that give more, because Goswami Maharaj was a very big collector. You should have asked, give more. Then our Param Gurudev told, this is just the beginning. He has started it. Slowly, once his money comes to Gaudiya Math, slowly it will keep coming. Don't worry. So this is they were, big visionaries they were. They had, a great commitment towards the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So Aprakrita Prabhu, he was also the one who had traveled to Western countries to preach during the times of Prabhupada. He had a very good vocabulary. He used to speak English so nicely. And he was educated. He was working in Dhanbad as a railway engineer. He was working. When he was working there as a railway engineer, at that time he met with Atul Chandra Datta, another disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So our, Aprakrita Prabhu, he did not become a disciple of Prabhupada yet. He has not come in contact with, Gaudiya Math yet. But when he, after finishing his primary education, secondary education, higher education, he went to Dhanbad. He got posted as a railway engineer. And in those quarters were living, Atul Chandra Datta as a Grihastha devotee, disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And there was also Nishikant Sanyal, Professor Nishikant Sanyal, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who was also staying there. So, our Aprakrita Prabhu, who was also Atul Chandra, he was also Atul Chandra, Bandhopadhyaya, and other person was Atul Chandra Datta. So, Atul Chandra Bandyopadhyay means Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. He got the company of Atul Chandra Datta and Nishikant Sanyal, both disciples of Srila Prabhupada. And he used to hear Harikatha from them. Every day they would speak Harikatha. They would speak about Prabhupada. And he got an opportunity to hear Harikatha and about Prabhupada, everything from them. And he was very, very keen to hear Harikatha. Very, very interested in hearing Harikatha. By seeing this, Atul Chandra Prabhu and Nishikant Sanyal, both of them, they were greatly affectionate for this. And whenever they came to Calcutta, they used to tell Prabhupada that we stay in railway quarters and there is a young boy. His name is also Atul Chandra. He is a very, very good listener of Katha and is very interested. And also there are so many other persons. Why don't you come to Dhanbad or send your members to, preach? Then upon his request, Srila Prabhupada went there and he preached. And by seeing, Prabhupada, Atul Chandra Prabhu, means Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj, was immediately captivated. And he, very attentively heard Harikatha from Srila Prabhupada also. Very soon, he accepted Harinam and Diksha from him also. Srila Prabhupada gave Harinam and Diksha in a very, very short time. And Prabhupada named him Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Prabhu. Aprakrita means transcendental. Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Prabhu. And his dedication towards, Prabhupada and his mission was unequaled. One time, Srila Prabhupada, in order to construct, Sadhu Nivas building, the place where the inmates of the mutt stay, he wanted to construct, for which bricks were required. So bricks used to be earlier prepared, even these days also, they are to be put in an oven. Coal fire used to be there, and with the coal fire oven, this bricks are used to be dried. The more they are dried, the more nice they are. So we have these days, brick factories. We go to the brick factories and then bring them. But if you have your own brick factory, or if your own, we call it in Hindi as bhatti. Bhatti means the ovens. If we have the ovens here, then it will be for a cheaper price. So Srila Prabhupada sent Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Goswami Maharaj and some other disciples, his disciples. He told, go to Dhanbad. Dhanbad has coal mines. There are so many coal mines there. You know coal, right? There are so many coal mines there. So go to black color, yes. Go to Dhanbad. There is Aprakrita Prabhu there. He will help you. So they went to Dhanbad, and they told that Prabhupada has a desire to construct this particular building for which bricks are required, and to burn the bricks, coal is to be procured, and that is why we are here. Prabhupada sent us here. As soon as he heard that Prabhupada has remembered me for this service, he felt that my life has become successful. Because he, Prabhupada remembers me and he gave me a service duty. He was greatly delighted upon receiving this order from Prabhupada, and he told that, okay, you don't need to go, you take rest, I shall make the arrangement. He went to coal factory, coal mines, which were dealt by a big businessman. He went to that businessman, and then he started speaking about Radha Krishna. During those days he was working, he was not a brahmachari yet. He was a working person. So he spoke about Krishna Bhakti, about, Mayapur Dham, about constructing, temple for the Vishnu and the Vaishnavas, all these things he explained. After telling all this, the in charge of the coal mines, he told, Pandit ji, what do you want? How can I serve you? What do you want me to do? I just need 5 to 6 wagons of coal. How much? Just 5 or 6 wagons. Your wagon? Big, big. If you have seen the tons of coal.
It's like a
train, big wagon.
It's very huge.
Yes. Like that, he needs just 5 to 6 wagons of coal. not kilos, few kilos. He was so much captivated, because if you see, when we ask someone, then we are little, we hesitate to ask someone. I know when I was, collecting money for Srila Guru Maharaj Samadhi temple, somebody, we approached someone that, for the Samadhi of Guru Maharaj, we have come for collection. Then, how much should we give? 2,000 rupees? They say like this, okay, give, whatever. Because, we don't know how to even ask for money. They have. He can give 20,000 easily. But he will only give 2,000 because, obviously, people, they don't want to shell out money so easily. I used to collect money from these Australian devotees. He was staying in Australia. So I used to, I asked money for Guru Maharaj Samadhi temple. You all are there, you just help, get this construction done. And it is for your welfare. So, at that time, we can give this much, we can give this much. I said, okay, whatever you give, you give. If it was Goswami Maharaj, he would, no, you should give this much. Because we don't know how to collect money also. Whatever you give, okay, whatever you give will be utilized in the service of Lord. Goswami Maharaj was not like that. He would simply say, I just need 6 wagons of coal. And that person was also 6 wagons. Okay, no problem. Take. So on this particular day, the coal will go there. Wait a minute, I have something else to say. You are giving so much coal for the service of, Vishnu and the Vaishnavas, for the service of Dham. You are giving so much coal. Any service is incomplete if there is no honorarium, pranami on top of it. If you give some, if you invite some Brahmana or a Vaishnava for bhojan, for some, prasad, then you have to give him some honorarium. Just prasad, it's not complete. You have given so much in the service of the Vaishnavas, and on top of it, honorarium is required. Otherwise, Vishnu is not going to accept that service. Vishnu will accept only if honorarium is given. Please tell what you want. Please bear all the transportation charges to Mayapur. Transportation charges to Mayapur. You are giving so much coal. Why do you want to keep your service incomplete? Why do you want to give this service to someone else? You are giving coal and someone else will deliver it. Why do you want to divide your service? Do the service completely. You just bring it all the way to Mayapur. Okay? On a particular day, the 6 wagons of coal had reached Mayapur. On top of it, he gave 2,000 rupees during those days. It's a big money. Not only he gave coal, not only he, transported it, delivered it, but on top of it, he also gave 2,000 rupees as pranami. Prabhupada was astounded. Not only Prabhupada, all the other disciples of Prabhupada, what is this? What did Aprakrita Prabhu do? His activities are Aprakrita. Transcendental, beyond our understanding. He can do anything. So Prabhupada was pleased by such, what do you call, service activities of Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. He used to come to Srila Prabhupada in Mayapur Dham, and then he would offer his services to Prabhupada. And before leaving, when he received Harinam or when he came to Mayapur for the first time, before leaving Mayapur, he gave 10 rupees as a monthly service to Chaitanya Math. Every month he would send 10 rupees. During those days it used to go by post, not bank to bank transfer. By post it used to go, money order. So he told that from now onwards I will give 10 rupees as a monthly, service to the Math. During those days, 1920s, 10 rupees means 100 years earlier. It's a big money, it's not less. So he used to give like that. A railway engineer for 9 years in Dhanbad. After 9 years, his desire to give up his family life became very, very strong. He left everything. One day he packed all his luggage, his almiras, his clothes, everything. He packed everything and he came to Mayapur on a truck along with all these things. And he offered obeisances to Prabhupada and he told, I have come for good. He offered obeisances and he told, I have come for good. Prabhupada was very pleased. He was very, very pleased by seeing Aprakrita Prabhu in the Math. And then he told, that today onwards you are going to serve the mission one-pointedly. And jokingly, Prabhupada would say, so Aprakrita Prabhu, from this month onwards I will be losing 10 rupees service from your end. So Prabhupada used to call his disciples as Prabhu. And he was very, the devotees are very witty. They are not always very serious. Prabhupada was also witty. He was Singha Guru. When speaking about Katha, he was very, very strong. But, ordinary speech, he was not like that. He was very friendly, jovial, witty. So, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had the desire to preach the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Western countries. He was seeing always, he was enthusiastic to do that. And he appointed Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Prabhu, at that time was a brahmachari. He appointed him to go to West to preach the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the one who travelled to West during the times of Prabhupada. Bhakti Hriday Ban Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Goswami Maharaj and Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. These three were the ones who travelled to West and preached the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Prabhupada was present, under the direct order of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Ban Maharaj, Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Maharaj and Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. He was a brahmachari at that time. He was not in sannyas vesh. So he went to Western countries and preached. He met so many dignitaries. He started conducting, Harikatha in big, big auditoriums and halls in the middle of so many dignitaries and ministers of those countries. And all of those things used to come in the newspaper. His preaching activities would come in the newspaper. During those days, newspaper was the means of, getting news. Later TVs came, radio was there after that, and then TV came, and now internet has come. So it has changed, but during those days newspaper was there. So Prabhupada got an opportunity to, read the news of Aprakrita Prabhu's preaching activities in the Western countries. He went in 1936 in the month of October, just few months before Prabhupada's departure. Prabhupada departed in 1937, January 1st. Just few months before Prabhupada's departure, he travelled to West on the desire of Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada, when he heard the preaching activities of Prakrita Prabhu, he wrote a letter to him on the 14th of December 1936. I want to read that and translate into English because Prabhupada's words are very, very purifying. আপনার সেখানের রাজা ও সংসার এবং সংসদের সঙ্গে সাক্ষাৎকারের তথা আলোচনা প্রভৃতি বিষয়ে নিউজ পেপারে সব দেখে শুনে খুব আনন্দ পেলাম. Srila Prabhupada is writing that I have come to know through newspapers about your preaching activities and about the subjects that you are talking in big assembly halls, Sansad Bhavan, the assembly halls where ministers sit. I came to know through newspapers that in these because when will it come in newspaper? If one house program is done, it will not come in newspaper, isn't it? If you are doing some house program in some Prabhuji's house or Mataji's house, it will not come in newspaper. It will come when it is done in assembly halls and big mansions, etc. So I have come to know through newspapers that you have addressed the ministers in the assembly hall and you discuss these topics, and I became extremely satisfied to know this. আপনি তো জানেন আমার যাওয়ার সময় হয়ে আসছে. You know that my time to depart from this world is approaching. আগামী দিনে পাশ্চাত্যে প্রবল ভক্তি বিমুখ প্রতিপক্ষের কাছে আপনাকে শ্রী চৈতন্যবাণী উদ্যমের সঙ্গে প্রচার করতে হবে. In future you have to face so many challenges that are going to come while preaching in the West. So many challenges will come in the future. You need to face all those in the future. So Prabhupada is foreseeing all these things. আমি বুঝতে পারছি ওখানে ঠান্ডায় আপনার খুব কষ্ট হচ্ছে. আপনার মনে হয় তারপর মনে হয় ভালো মতো কোনো কিছু আহারও হচ্ছে না. Srila Prabhupada, being very, very affectionate, you see how compassionate Srila Prabhupada is towards his disciples. He is telling that, I understand that the place where you went is very cold. It's a very cold climate there. It is very difficult to adjust there in cold climate. In India, it's a tropical climate. It's a moderate climate. Neither extreme cold, nor extreme heat, nor extreme rain. Everything is moderate and temperate. Of course, it is too much for the Western countries, those who have come from the cold places. But those who are living here, it's a tropical climate, is a moderate climate. Not very cold. We don't go to -20, -30. At most we go to 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. And we don't go to 70, 80. At most 50. So, like this. So, it is, I understand, Prabhupada is writing that I understand that the climate is very cold over there, and I also understand that you are not getting proper food also. Because when you are in the foreign countries, Western countries, you don't get whatever we want. Like you are here, you don't get what you want. You have to compromise with what Indian food is. Mostly, of course, these days we have so many, storehouses in Mayapur only for the Westerners. You get Russian items, you get, American items, you get, European items, everything you get in Mayapur these days. But if you are staying in the mud, you get only Bengali food, isn't it? So, potato and rice. So, the similar challenge when, we go to West. So, here Prabhupada is writing out of great compassion. These days we have globalization. Indian food is available in foreign countries and foreign food is available in Indian country. These days we have globalization. But those days it was not like that. To take one Indian spice, to search for one Indian spice there is not going to be easy. Whatever bread or whatever they prepare, that you have to be satisfied with. So Srila Prabhupada is writing that I understand that due to the climate and food, there are so many, difficulties you are facing. আমি এই সময় আপনার কাছে থাকলে আপনার সেবার ব্যাপারে পরিচর্যা করতে পারতাম. Prabhupada is writing if I were present with you, I would have made arrangements for your proper service. See how Prabhupada, how much compassion he has towards his disciples, particularly, Aprakrita Prabhu, who was preaching in the Western countries, that if I were present, I would have served you so that you could preach the mission, the message of Mahaprabhu nicely, so that you will not have any difficulties. This is the, compassion that Srila Prabhupada is saying, that I want to serve you. What kind of guru Srila Prabhupada is? He never saw his disciples as, his subservients. He saw them as his masters. He is telling that if I were with you, I would have served you to drive away all these, difficulties that come on the way of your preaching. আপনি কত প্রতিকূলতার মধ্যেও প্রভুর সেবা করে চলেছেন. Even in the middle of so many, unwanted situations, challenging situations, you are serving Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Srila Prabhupada is writing such encouraging words that even in the middle of so many tough and challenging situations, you are serving Hariguru Vaishnavas without any impediments. অথচ বিদেশে আপনার সেবার পরিচর্যার জন্য পাশে কেউ নাই. And there is no one to serve you, even though you are serving the mission without worrying about any challenges and situations. Still, I am worried that there is no one to serve you in these circumstances. আপনার কথা আমি ভেবে দিশাহারা হয়ে যায়. Whenever I think about your situation, I become totally perplexed. What can I do? How can I serve you? How can I make arrangements for your proper service? I become lost thinking about what kind of service you are doing. So Prabhupada is writing such a compassionate words to Srila Prakrita Prabhu. Gaurahari apnar sarvavido anukul karun prarthana janai. Only thing that I can do, I am praying to Gaurahari that may he, create a favorable environment for you. This is the only thing I can do, because I am lost. I don't know how to serve you. What Prabhupada is writing about him and what his thought process was, Prabhupada's thought process, we can understand by this. And again, 3 days after that, on the 17th of December, he writes another letter. Amar Priya Aprakrita Prabhu, my dear Aprakrita Prabhu, Apnar Purva Patra pe khub anandito. I received your letter and I became very satisfied. তবে লর্ড জেটল্যান্ডের সঙ্গে কিভাবে আপনি সাক্ষাৎ করলেন সে কথা জানার জন্য আমি উদ্গ্রীব রয়েছি. I want to know what happened after your meeting with Lord Jetland, because he wrote in the letter that I am going to meet these dignitaries and personalities in the next few days. So in reply, Srila Prabhupada is writing that I am waiting eagerly to know what happened between you and Lord Jetland in the discussion. I am eagerly waiting to know this. What kind of encouragement he is giving, and how much interest Prabhupada was taking to preach this message in the Western countries, due to which these days you are here. All of you are here because Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had shown this extreme zeal to preach this message, and those who went to preach the message, he was feeling that I am indebted to you. How can I serve you? This is the kind of encouragement that Prabhupada gave. If Prabhupada were not there, then forget about foreigners, even Indians would not have accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission in a right manner. ও দেশে আপনি মনে হয় নতুন পদ্ধতিতে রান্না শিখেছেন. Saying that I think that you learned a new technique of cooking there, because in India, we used to, prepare with the coal fire or, wood fire during those days. It used to be with the coal or wood, etc., and it used to be in a oven. I don't know if you go to village, you will see even now, beautiful aroma of cooking not of the food, but of the coal burning, of the cow dung burning. I don't know if you have ever smelled. So very soothing. I can still remember my childhood days when I say this. So very nice. So in West, they were not there. Cow dung, we used to prepare the cow dung flakes, flakes of cow dung. And they used to be dried and cooking used to be done with that. And when the cow dung burns, beautiful aroma, very beautiful smell. So he's telling that I understand that you have learned new techniques of cooking there because these things are not available there, isn't it? It used to be probably by gas during those days. In India, this gas is there now, but probably during those days they used to do by gas. And now ovens are also there, electric cookers, isn't it? Now more revolution, electric. নিশ্চয়ই সেখানে প্রচারের জন্য এক মনোজ্ঞ পরিবেশ তৈরি করেছেন। আই এম শিওর দ্যাট ইউ প্রিপেয়ার্ড এ ভেরি ভেরি what you call intelligent technique to preach to the people there. So which charms those people, because to preach to Indians and to preach to Westerners is not the same. It's very different because Indians, they have the basic understanding, or right from the childhood, mother says, say Krishna, say Rama, say Nishinga, otherwise I will slap you. So they are inbuilt right from the childhood. But there it is not like that. So the technique has to be different. We cannot use the same technique in both places. So definitely I understand that you have brought out new techniques to preach to people there. আপনার প্রচারে লক্ষ্য রাখবেন সর্বাধিক জনগণকে যেন প্রচারের আত্মতায় জানা যায়। You make sure that whatever you are preaching is known everywhere. Means you should perform your preaching activities at such a place that everyone comes to know of that. Such a big visionary Prabhupada was. Don't limit to some houses or some buildings. Preach in those places where everyone will come to know. It should be spread like a wildfire. If you are doing in the assembly halls, if you are doing in the dignitaries, then immediately the news channels will tell, oh, tomorrow one Saint Swamiji from India is going to speak, in the assembly hall. Then everyone will come to know. So he's telling that you should organize programs grandly. In India, we cannot do that. And Prabhupada is telling that you have to organize grand programs in the Western countries so that everyone comes to know of the program. Today we are here because of such vision by Srila Prabhupada. এই জন্য বিশিষ্ট ব্যক্তি ও সংসদের বৈঠক তো বিশেষ প্রয়োজন, আপনি নিশ্চয়ই বুঝেন। I know that you already know this fact, that there should be sitting in the Sansad, in the assembly halls, in the minister cabinet houses. You should have these religious discussions in the cabinet houses and assembly halls, by which everyone will come to know this. I'm sure you know this, but I'm still telling this to you. Prabhupada is telling. তথাপি মনে রাখতে হবে বড় বড় হলে ধর্মসভা করতে হবে। You have to organize programs in big halls. Don't limit to small scale programs. Conduct programs in big halls. তাহলে ব্যাপক প্রচার হবে। Only then the preaching will be in a grand manner. So, in this manner, Srila Prabhupada has written letters of encouragement and how to preach, where to preach to Aprakrita Prabhu. So, time is up. So, he received sannyas in 1941. And I think in 1970 some year he disappeared. I have to see that. Today is his disappearance day actually. In 1964 he disappeared. 1964, 26th of May, on Tuesday, 26th of May 1964 he disappeared from this material world. So today is his disappearance day. There is a festival in Saranga Goswami Maharaj Math. You can go and have feast there. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन श्रोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रणत स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। सपरिकर श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री श्री राधा गोविंद श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जीव की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रणत स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सारंग गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। तदीय शुभ तिरोभाव तिथि पूजा की जय। जय सपार्श श्री शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।